Hey, this is Pat with Racket Stringing Tips, and today I'm going to make a follow-up video on my last one, which is about stringing labor. Because in that video I talked about a bunch of other things to add value and to create a way that you can potentially be earning more and adding to your labor. And so I wanted to kind of break down all those individual components in there because I kind of went over them fast. And so today I'm going to add in the adding value part to your stringing business. So I kind of wrote this down, so I'm going to go over it a little further in detail here. So again, if you find this information valuable or you have questions, leave a comment, like the video, and please subscribe. That's going to help me out. So, okay, number one, be faster than your competitors. So, you know, when we went through some of the different information that I provided last time, and we looked at what people were charging for labor, and they were talking about, you know, a 3-day turnaround, this is how much it costs. 24-hour, this is how much it costs. You know, you can get same-day service if you want it for 24 hours or 48 hours. So kind of look at your competition and be faster than your competition. Okay, that's one thing. So you're increasing value by increasing your speed of delivery. Okay, so I think that's number one. So I've got 5 things for you today. Okay, that's number one. Number two, offer better quality. Okay, so this could mean that you need to get more training if you aren't quite up. If your skill set isn't quite where it needs to be, then increase that, you know, whether it's with your stringing being more consistent, where every racket comes out the same. It could mean upgrading your equipment. It could be checking the tension on your machine more often. It could be practicing consistency, like I was saying. So all those kind of things are part of number two, which is offering better quality. Okay, number three, add value by providing complementary services. We talked a little bit about that in the video, but I want to kind of expound that a little bit. And this is how you can also increase your labor offerings. So grip replacement, grip buildup, grommet replacement, racket balancing, adding lead tape, racket diagnostic check, you know, doing kind of a 24-point inspection, like, you know, if you remember, you know, like when you take your car in, right, they'll have a piece of paper and they'll do this little, you know, inspection that really only takes them a few minutes, right? So you're doing the same type of thing. You can have this all laid out, and so you're checking all these different things about the racket, you know, the structure of the frame. Does it need some other kind of service? So you're doing this kind of thing every time for your client, and so that it kind of provides extra. It's just a few extra minutes for you, but it provides an extra value for your client, and that might be a way that's like, wow, this guy really adds all these different things. It's not just he's stringing my racket. And, one thing I would recommend in that area that really could bring value and bring your customer coming back to you is having a weekly string tension check or a bi-weekly or something like that. Keeps the performance up. So of course you're going to need a way to check that tension, and I'll in another video I'll show you some of the equipment that's available for you to be able to do that. Because that will help you possibly, because, you know, we know that we lose tension, right? So if you can, like, you know, once you string a racket, you can get a reference number off of that racket, a number that is pretty much meaningless to everybody else, but to you it's going to give you a reference to where you started. And then in a week later, depending on, you know, how much he's played with how much the racket's been used, the heat conditions it's been in, all those kind of things, you can check the number again and see where it's at. And then again later on, you know, a couple weeks after that, check it again. And once it loses a certain percentage, then you'd say, hey, it's going to be time for you to restring. All right, so that is the third thing. Also, string badminton or racquetball frames, right? Expand your market reach. So now you're potentially earning more labor because you're expanding into other markets. Check out, you know, if there's racquetball clubs or a place to play racquetball, a place where badminton, also, you know, maybe some sports centers, so forth, and maybe just the advertising of it. You know, you might be advertising in a different form to reach those customers. But if you do that, you could potentially add more clients and more labor to your current settings. So one thing there too, though, is if you're going to be stringing badminton, you need to make sure that your racket machine is able to handle that. And sometimes you have some manufacturers will have an add-on that you can buy so that you can mount those frames, and as far as badminton, and also sometimes you'll need different clamps as well. All right, on to number 4. Increase your convenience. So your drop-off and pickup options. Is there any option that you can think of there for your market where you might be able to offer convenience? I know sometimes in some areas they'll you can connect with maybe a local shop that's maybe downtown, or an athletic club or something like that, where people can drop off their rackets and then you just kind of can pick them up from there. This could, include possibly a delivery or pickup service as well. And again, there could be a fee there, but somebody might be willing to pay an extra $5 if they don't have to leave their job during the day, drive all the way to where your shop is and drop it off. They might be willing to be willing to have you pick it up for that extra money. So that might be an option. Okay, so number 4, increase your convenience. Last one, number 5, improve your customer service from where it's now. You might have great customer service now, but think of a way to just be a little bit better. This could mean quicker turnaround. Again, be more thorough, better communication, send a text when the racket's done, get your client on a newsletter mailing. I think the text is good because you have their phone number right when it's done. That way they don't have to call you, because many times I know yeah, it'll be ready tomorrow or whatever, and then it just means they're going to call you, hey, is my racket done? Because you don't want them showing up at a certain time and then it's not done, right? So usually they're waiting for that. So if you can just text a courtesy text, that way you are initiating that. You're not waiting for them to. So that would be improving your customer service. So the 5 things to add value to your stringing business: be faster than your competitor, offer better quality, add value, increase your convenience, and improve your customer service. Those are the 5 things to work on. I'm going to probably make this on a PDF where if you want that, I can get that out to you. So please leave a comment if this was helpful. If you have another question or you want me to explain something a little bit more, leave that in the comments. This is Pat with Racket Stringing Tips, and that's it for today.